I happen to have caught up with Jacob Oulanyah as a very potential leader when he was a student. He was one of the student leaders who was very zealous in pursuing the activities of Uganda People's Congress Party. And I was at that time the de facto leader of the party. So I knew Oulanyah right from the time he was a student, and I spotted him as one of the youth that we could build and make a pillar of leadership, the kind of leadership that we wanted. And indeed, I was not disappointed. When he was in the 7th Parliament, being a very brilliant legislator and very keen to learn, was almost articulate on most of the matters that came on the floor of Parliament. So he was elected to be the chair of the committee on legal and parliamentary affairs. The legal committee processes the bills that come to Parliament. And so Oulanyah was the one chairing that particular committee. It's a very sensitive committee. So when he chaired that committee and the bill on the removal of the term limit was done under his chairmanship, naturally the Cholis became very angry with him. Because at that time, if you remember, most of the people in northern Uganda were affected by the Lord's Resistance Army, brutal activities in the region. Acholi in particular was very much affected, just like Lango. So it's like people were upset that how can our son preside over such a committee? I know we cannot pick a speaker from outside the dominant party in Parliament, which is the NRM. But I wish there was a way that we could even pick from other parties. We would be able to pick a personality that would fit in Oulanyah's shoes. But now we have to go and source for that speaker from the NRM only, because they're the ones with the vote. They're the ones that decide on who the leadership of Parliament should be. Anything to do with voting, the NRM will dominate, because then they normally come to a common position